I have always had this incredible notion that there is more to life than meets the eye. For me, it was like an inner knowing of who I am, but just didn't know how to bring it to the surface. I have always felt this urge to see the world and experience life to the fullest, but somewhere along the way I lost my vision and got tied up in the mundane of life. It's pretty much been this way since 2005.
What do you think? You like them, Summer?
Yes.
Okay, done. Let's go.
I have spent a good part of the year reflecting, and I believe the time has come to escape. Not just from the life that is, but the life that I've created. I would want to create a new one.
Leah's got drama and singing today. So while I'm waiting for Leah to finish up in class, I'm going to be doing some light reading so we can start preparing for our big trip overseas, which I can't even explain to you how excited I am. But I'm going to be reading a book on how to travel with kids without losing your mind, which I thought would be quite handy, considering that by the time we do travel in 2022, we're going to have an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old.
I'm more determined than ever to listen to that little voice in my head, regardless of what family and friends think. I really don't care what they say to me anymore, and I just want to really enjoy what really matters in life.
I've been reading now for about half an hour, and I've gotten some really good takeaway messages here regarding money, regarding packing, about being supportive with each other if things go pear-shaped. Any other words of advice?
Yeah.
What else?
I'm there for dancing, I'm here for thinking.
I think we live in an unbelievable time, and I don't think it was an accident that I was born in this particular timeline. You know, growing up, we went to a number of trips, both locally and internationally. So for me, my passion for exploring and traveling was imprinted from a very young age. But it wasn't until I was in my 20s that passion was ignited again. And although I didn't travel for long, the places I went to were incredible. The people, the culture, the food. But then, like most, you know, you come back and you settle down, you get married, you start a family, and from the age of 25 till now, I'm 39, and that's exactly how I have stayed. It's pretty sad when you think about it. But the way I interpret that quote is, when you are young, you are full of life and energy. Every day is a new adventure. You are full of ideas on how you are going to change the world for the better.
I am the queen of the castle.
Packing the right gear. Okay, packing cubes. I have never heard of packing cubes. And you're probably laughing at me going, what do you mean? But I haven't. And it does sound really interesting. I think I might look into packing cubes. Can anyone recommend? Or have you used packing cubes? How did you find it?
It took me having my own children to make that firm decision that I no longer wanted to be average. My children remind me of who I was as a kid. Right now, watching them grow into the little beings that they are, I decided it was now or never. You know, George and I have talked about this for the longest time on how we want to travel, but then, you know, things happen. Was it ever going to be the right time? Then it hit me. I decided I wanted to travel 40 countries for my 40 years on planet Earth. And so the planning began.
What is it? What is it?
It's a Greek.
Greek?
Yes.
Are you sure it's Greek or is it Spanish?
It's Spanish.
Spanish. Are we learning Spanish this morning?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have always been a planner from when I was a very young kid. My key skill, to be honest, I think is organization, and I believe it's going to come very handy for this trip. The first step I did was purchase books. Part of the process is to explore options and decide what would be a good fit for me and the family. George and I sat down and felt it would be worthwhile traveling to countries that we had been to before, as we were familiar with them, and considering we're traveling with a young family, it just made sense to us. One of the criteria I set was wanting to travel in a sustainable and minimalistic way. Therefore, we decided to travel too.
Keep fighting, even if you drift and fall. Look down, not that still stand tall. Believe yourself and keep on running. Don't look back, stay dreaming.
The next step for us will be to lay down the groundwork on how to approach the different modalities of travel and accommodation. The thing that sucks most is that there is so much uncertainty right now with the whole COVID situation. It's just throwing out this huge, massive spanner in the works. We are going to keep in mind some tools as the time gets closer and eventually start to book some things in. But for now, all we can really do is put together a list of places we want to travel and the things we want to actually see. It's my belief that as the time nears closer to 2022, we're going to be able to finalize at least the first 3 months of our trip, which we are hoping will be New Zealand and South America. This trip is going to be epic, and we know we will have our challenges, but the trip is about being, a team and learning and growing together as a family as we travel to each country. It's about learning to communicate better and really appreciate our lives when we come back home. I'm so excited to share with you our journey into the unknown, so let's get started.